good morning and Jai Hind children. Welcome to your chemistry class. Children, in the last class we have started language of chemistry. Okay. So in the last class we have talked about the valencies and electrons and first 20 elements in the periodic table. So I hope you are pretty much sure about the periodic table and different elements and their 20 atomic numbers. So I have given you the homework to learn first 20 elements of the periodic table. I hope you have learned it. So children, we have also talked about the shells and valencies. Let's see what further we have to discuss. So children, basically in language of chemistry you have to cover, according to your syllabus, we have chapter number 2 and we have to cover few topics here. So in chapter number 2, the chapter is symbols and formulas. The chapter name is symbols and formulas, as you can see in the book. Alright, so first what you have to do is, you have to draw table 3 and table 4 in your fair notebook. Fine. You will write the heading language of chemistry and then you will draw table 3 and 4. I can show it to you. So you can see here. So in this chapter, symbol and formula, chapter number 2, this is your chapter number 2, symbol and formulas. So this table 1 and table 2 you have drawn in class 7. Alright. Now you will draw this table 3. This is basic or electropositive radicals. Okay. This is basic or electropositive radicals. This you have to draw in your fair notebook. This complete table. And this table number 4, that is acid or electronegative radicals. This you have to draw it in your fair notebook. So these two tables are there in your syllabus. Table number 3 and table number 4. This you will draw in your fair notebook. You will draw in, children, at the interleaf side, that is on the plain side of the paper. You will draw this diagram. Alright, you will draw this table. I hope it is clear. So children, why I was teaching you this valency and valence shell and everything? Because of this electropositive radicals and electronegative radicals. Basically, I would now like to clarify this concept of electropositive radicals and electronegative radicals that we will see today. So we will I'll discuss what are electropositive radicals and what are electronegative radicals that we will talk about today. Fine. Apart from this, you have in your syllabus writing of formulas by crisscross method. So by crisscross method, you have to learn how to write the formula. So the few concept of crisscross method we have also covered in class 7. Alright, so now coming on to this, first we will continue what we have studied in the previous class. So let's start with it. So today we will study about electropositive and electronegative radicals. So what are radicals and what are electropositive and electronegative, that we are going to see. Alright. So we have radicals and electropositive radicals. अभी क्या होता है electropositive और electronegative, ये हम लोग पढ़ेंगे. Okay. So children, in the previous class we have seen the structure of atom. So in the center we had a positive charge. Okay. So don't go into proton, neutrons and electrons. At this level, at class 8, just understand that the center is positively charged. So this is positive. Fine. There are several shells present around it. This is called valence shells. Okay. And these valence shells have a specific capacity to hold the electrons. Like children, take for example, take a ice tray. आपने आइस ट्रे देखी होगी. तो आइस ट्रे में क्या होता है, ब्लॉक्स बने होते हैं, है ना. having their fixed number of electrons that can be present in a particular shell. So this is shell number 1, shell number 2, shell number 3. Okay. So as I have told you during the discussion of this topic in your Zoom interactive class, I will continue with that again. So children, we have 3 shells. This is the center. This one is the center, that is positive. Fine. This is shell number 1. We take it as n is equal to 1. This is shell number 2. We take it as n is equal to 2. And this is n is equal to 3. Okay. This is number of shell. n क्या है? n is the number of shell. Alright. ये पहला shell है, तो that is why n is equal to 1. ये दूसरा shell है, this is why n is equal to 2 and n is equal to 3. Alright. So now to calculate what is the maximum capacity of the electron in the shell, we will use the formula. The formula is number of electrons can be calculated as 2n square. Alright, it will be calculated as 2n square. And here is the number of shell. Okay, similarly we can find, so for first shell n is equal to 1. Alright, so I am just erasing it for a second. So let's see how many shells can be there in the, how many electrons can be there in the shell. So we have n is equal to 1. So the formula is 2n square. So we are putting n as 1. We are putting n as 1. So what we will have? 2 into 1 square. And you know 1 square is 1. So 2 into 1. So is equal to 2. So maximum number of electron in first shell will be 2. Alright. Like this is positive charge. This is center. This is the first shell, first valence shell. So the maximum number of electron can only be 2 here. Got it? Clear? Now then we have a second shell where n is equal to 2. Where n is equal to 2. So now for n is equal to 2, we will again put the same formula, 2n square. Alright. So what it will be? 2 into 2 square. Clear? So it will be what? 2 into 4. It is 8. So in the next shell there will be maximum 8 electrons. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Clear? So we have 8 electrons. Now coming on to the third shell. We have a third shell. Again what we are going to do is here n is equal to 3. N is equal to 3. So again we will put the same formula, 2n square. So what it will be? 2 into 3 square. What is 3 square? 2 into 9. Clear? Then we have 2 into 9 is equal to 18. Got it? So in the third shell, the maximum number of electrons will be 18. Clear? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. Fine. So in the outer shell, that is the third shell, we can have maximum of 18 electrons. So I hope it is clear. So we have here 2 electrons, we have 8 and here we have 18 and so on. Alright. Now children, very important thing here is that every element that is present in a periodic table wants to get stable. Every element in the periodic table wants to get stable. Stable का क्या मतलब होता है? Stable का मतलब होता है कि कितने ऑर्बिट में कितने शेल्स हैं वो उनके पूरे हो जाएं. This is called octet. इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Octet. Clear? जैसे कि maximum 8 electrons हैं. So this is octet is complete. इसका octet क्या है? Complete है. Got it? boron, radon. Just see, look at that periodic table where all that last orbit, last block is having complete octet. Clear? So this is called complete shell. So I hope this top point is clear, that maximum number of electrons in the shells are clear to you. Now coming on to the examples, let's see. So we know that helium is having one atomic number. What is the atomic number of hydrogen? It is 1. So the structure is like this. This we have seen. Now coming on to helium. Helium is having 2. So plus 2, this is 2. अच्छा, अब आप ये देखिए यहाँ पे हाइड्रोजन के पास एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है इस शेल में, तो इसके पास पॉसिबिलिटी है कि एक इलेक्ट्रॉन और आ सकता है, isn't it? इसके पास एक इलेक्ट्रॉन को आने की पॉसिबिलिटी है. क्यों है? Why? Because in this shell there can be maximum of 2 electrons. 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन हो सकते हैं, लेकिन अभी तक इसके पास सिर्फ एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है. तो ये हाइड्रोजन एक इलेक्ट्रॉन और ले सकता है, isn't it? एक इलेक्ट्रॉन और ले सकता है. Got it? But now coming on to this helium. So helium is having 2 electrons in the first orbit of first shell. क्या अब ये कोई इलेक्ट्रॉन ले सकता है? ये कोई भी इलेक्ट्रॉन नहीं ले सकता है. क्यों नहीं ले सकता है? क्योंकि इसके पास जगह ही नहीं है इलेक्ट्रॉन लेने की. ठीक है? गॉट इट? और ना ये अपना इलेक्ट्रॉन किसी को दे सकता है. क्यों? क्योंकि इट इज स्टेबल. क्योंकि इसके पास कंप्लीट है, ये 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन होने चाहिए, 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन है. दैट इज व्हाई वी से इट एज मोर स्टेबल. तो ये क्या है? ज्यादा स्टेबल है. गॉट इट? दिस हाइड्रोजन इज लेस स्टेबल, whereas helium is more stable. Got it? Let's take another example. Children, what is the atomic number of oxygen? What is the atomic number of oxygen? It is 8. Okay? And what is the atomic number of neon? It is 10. Isn't it? Alright. So let's see. Let's make the structure of oxygen and neon, Ne. Let's see. So oxygen, first orbit, we can have maximum of 2 electrons. So 2 electrons are here. Now how much electrons are left? We are left with 6. So we can draw here 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now coming on to neon, it has 10. So in first shell it will be 2 and in the second shell it will be 8. Alright? पहला शेल भरा जाएगा, फिर दूसरा शेल भरा जाएगा. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Clear? हम हमेशा पहला शेल, फर्स्ट शेल पहले भरते हैं, उसके बाद नेक्स्ट शेल, उसके बाद नेक्स्ट शेल, ऐसे करके हम धीरे धीरे फिल करते हैं इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. क्लियर? तो ऑक्सीजन के पास आउटर मोस्ट शेल में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन है? 6 इलेक्ट्रॉन है. नियॉन के आउटर मोस्ट शेल में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन है? 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है. कौन सा मोर स्टेबल है? कौन सा स्टेबल ज्यादा है? Definitely neon will be more stable. क्यों? क्योंकि इसका बाहर का ऑक्टेट पूरा कंप्लीट है. अब ना ये कोई इलेक्ट्रॉन को ऐड कर सकता है और ना ही किसी इलेक्ट्रॉन को दे सकता है, क्योंकि इसके कंसीडर इट एज अ आइस क्यूब. ठीक है, आपने एक आइस क्यूब या आइस ट्रे ले लिया, तो आइस ट्रे में कंसीडर देयर आर मैक्सिमम ऑफ 8 ब्लॉक्स. ठीक, 8 ब्लॉक्स हैं उसमें। अब 8 ब्लॉक्स क्या है, कंप्लीट है। 8 के 8 ब्लॉक्स में आपने पानी भर दिया, उसमें आइस फिल्ड है। क्या उसमें ये पॉसिबिलिटी है कि हम कोई और आइस क्यूब और उसमें जमा सके? नहीं, देयर आर नो पॉसिबिलिटीज। सिमिलरली दिस इज, देयर आर नो पॉसिबिलिटी बिकॉज देयर 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होने चाहिए, 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स उसके पास है। तो नाउ इट इज रेडी। क्लियर? सो दिस इज मोर स्टेबल। Now coming on to oxygen. Oxygen के outer मोस्ट शेल में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन है? 6 इलेक्ट्रॉन है। अभी इसके इस आउटर मोस्ट शेल में कितने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स और ऐड हो सकते हैं? 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स और ऐड हो सकते हैं, isn't it? 6 है, मैक्सिमम 8 हो सकते हैं। तो 6 अगर है हमारे पास, there are 6 electrons, so we can also add 2 more electrons, isn't it? Yes. So 2 electrons can be added. Okay, so it is less stable. Got it? So this is stable, this is less stable. Similarly, helium was stable, hydrogen was not stable. ठीक? I hope this stability is clear to you. Fine. Now, the next thing that is very important is the elements that are not stable, like oxygen. तो ये ऑक्सीजन क्या कर सकता है? ये आउटर मोस्ट शेल में इलेक्ट्रॉन ले सकता है या इलेक्ट्रॉन दे सकता है, isn't it? ये इस शेल से इलेक्ट्रॉन को ले सकता है या इलेक्ट्रॉन को दे सकता है। क्यों? क्योंकि इसको अपने ऑक्टेट कंप्लीट करना है। ऑक्टेट कंप्लीट करने का मतलब क्या होता है? ऑक्टेट कंप्लीट करने का मतलब होता है कि इसको 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स चाहिए। क्लियर? So this way the sharing of electrons takes place and the bond is formed and the compound is formed. So this is not in your syllabus, this you don't need to understand. You will only understand one thing, that is we are taking the example of oxygen only. So children, because this oxygen is having 6 electrons in the outermost shell, it can add 2 electrons, and we know that electron is negatively charged. Electron is negatively charged. Okay? तो अगर हम इस ऑक्सीजन पे 2 नेगेटिव चार्ज ऐड कर रहे हैं तो हम इसको कैसे लिखेंगे? We'll write it as O2 minus. What we will write? We will write as O2 minus. To complete the octet, it requires 2 electrons. So this is oxygen. This is 2 minus. Got it? हम इसको ऐसे लिखते हैं O2 minus. Clear? Are you getting it? Are you getting this point, children? तो ये इस पे कौन सा चार्ज आ गया? नेगेटिव चार्ज आ गया। क्यों नेगेटिव चार्ज आ गया? क्योंकि हमारे पास ये पॉसिबिलिटी है कि हम इसमें 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ऐड कर रहे हैं। अगर हम इलेक्ट्रॉन को ऐड कर रहे हैं, अगर हम किसी में नेगेटिव चार्ज ऐड कर रहे हैं तो उसके ऊपर नेगेटिव आएगा। ठीक है? सो दिस इज नेगेटिव। ओके, लेट्स टेक अनदर एग्जांपल। So this was about oxygen. Let's take another example of chlorine. Let's take example of chlorine. So what is the atomic number of chlorine? Yes, children. Try to make it in your rough notebook. Try to draw this in your rough notebook. Go to your like I have sent you the picture of atomic numbers, so please go to the atomic number and see like what is the atomic number of chlorine quickly, and try to draw the structure of chlorine. Hurry up. Hurry up, children. Yes. So atomic number of chlorine is 17. What is the atomic number of chlorine? Atomic number of chlorine is 17, isn't it? So let's try to draw the structure of chlorine. So this is center. First orbit will have 2 electrons. Second orbit will have 8 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. तो टोटल कितना हो गया? 10. टोटल कितना हो गया? 10. Now we are left with 7 electrons. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now children, this is very important. Listen to it. Though this outer orbit is having maximum capacity of 18 electrons, but we say अगर उसके outermost shell में 8 electron है, then also it will be considered as stable. Okay? So because it is having the outermost shell is having 7 electron, it has a capacity of adding 1 electron. It is having a capacity of adding 1 electron. So if 1 electron can be added in this chlorine, so the symbol will be Cl minus. Fine. This minus is what? This minus is 1 electron. Clear? So chlorine is written as Cl minus. You can see in your book, children. Let's go to the book. Let's see here. So here what you can see is, if we talk about the radicals, so everything is having a charge over it. Alright, like we have Cl minus, we have, let's see, I'll show it to you. So there are charges according to the electrons. Alright, so like here you can see it is written Na plus 1 SO4 2 minus. It is written here, isn't it? Similarly here Ba2 plus CO3 2 minus. So what is this 2 plus and 2 minus? This is the addition of electrons and removal of electron. अगर हम इलेक्ट्रॉन को रिमूव कर रहे हैं, if we are adding electron, so the charge will be minus. क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रॉन माइनस है तो चार्ज will be minus. But if we are removing the electron, so the charge will be plus. Alright, charge will be plus. Opposite of it. Clear? So this is about the thing. So this is called radical. अगर किसी भी एलिमेंट के ऊपर कोई भी चार्ज आ जाता है, so this is called radicals. क्या बोलते हैं इसको? रेडिकल. अगर किसी भी एलिमेंट के ऊपर चार्ज आ जाता है, like 2O minus, like here we have 2O minus or Cl minus. So this 2 minus Cl minus is the radical. Got it? Similarly, if we take hydrogen, all right. So here we have. So what we can write here is, either we can remove one electron or we can add one electron. So it will be written as H plus. Fine. We can also write Na plus. Clear? So these charges CO minus, Cl minus, H plus, Na plus, all these things are called radicals. इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Radicals बोलते हैं. अगर positive charge है तो it will be called positive radical. It will be called positive radical. If the charge is negative, it will be called electronegative radical. Got it? अगर चार्ज पॉजिटिव है तो it will be called electropositive. अगर चार्ज नेगेटिव है तो it will be called electronegative. So children, here in your book, table 4 and table 3 both are having the electropositive and electronegative radicals. Okay? So just have a look here. So here you have a electropositive radical जिनपे positive charge होता है. Like aluminium is having charge +3. Ammonium is having charge 1. Okay? Antimony or Sb is having charge +3. These are the valencies and these are the charges over it. Like copper is having 2 and 3. So beta, you have to draw this table in your fair notebook. You will write the heading as language of chemistry and then you will write the draw this table on the interleave side. Got it? So here these are the things. Okay, so let's see what about aluminium. So aluminium can be written as Al+3 because aluminium is having a capacity to add to even like to remove 3 electrons. अगर हम प्लस ऐड कर रहे हैं, प्लस लगा रहे हैं, तो इसका मतलब होता है हम इलेक्ट्रॉन को रिमूव कर रहे हैं. Got it? So aluminium is having a capacity to remove 3 electrons to get itself stable. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? 3 electrons are removed to make it stable. Got it? So these are the things. Please go through this table, draw this table. I'll make you understand this table in the next class. So how these valencies are there and how there is a negative charge and positive charge, how you will learn this table. So we'll do this in the next class. Got it? So that's all about today. Children. If you have any kind of doubt, if you have not understood it or anything, please do ask in the group. Okay? So that's it. That's all about today. Thank you and Jai Hind, children.